As an entrepreneur, you know the pressure to always have something interesting to say. But what if I told you that most content creators, whether they're bloggers, YouTubers, or podcasters, struggle with the same issue? In fact, a staggering 60% of entrepreneurs report they hit a creativity wall at some point, unsure of what to say next. It's normal to feel like you're running out of ideas, but it doesn't have to be that way. Here's something surprising. The average person only remembers about 10% of what they read or hear. So, if you're worried your audience will get bored, you might be overthinking it. People want fresh perspectives and authentic stories, not just constant novelty. You can talk about the same topic again and again, but each time, you need to find a new angle to make it exciting. In this video, I'm going to share 6 proven strategies that will keep your ideas flowing and your audience engaged. From tapping into curiosity to repurposing old content, we'll explore ways to turn everyday moments into endless conversation starters. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have the tools to never run out of things to say, no matter how long you've been in the game. Ready to learn the secrets? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Power of Curiosity. Turning questions into conversations. Curiosity is one of the most powerful tools for entrepreneurs. It pushes you to learn and discover new things, not just for your business, but also for your content creation. Instead of wondering what to say next, ask yourself, what can I learn today? Every time you ask a question, you open up a new opportunity for fresh content. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk say, "I don't think I'm that smart. I just stay curious and ask the right questions." Studies show that curiosity leads to better decision-making and more innovative ideas. One Harvard Business Review study found that companies with more curiosity-driven leaders tend to outperform competitors by 16%. By constantly asking new questions, you're always discovering new angles to talk about. Think of every question as a conversation starter. If you're stuck, just ask, what problem is my audience facing right now? Every challenge has a solution waiting to be shared. Curiosity drives engagement, and when you engage with your audience, your content naturally flows. Remember, the goal is to stay curious and open-minded. Don't rush to give answers. Instead, let your audience's feedback lead you toward your next conversation. Chapter 2. Storytelling Secrets. Transforming everyday moments into epic narratives. Every entrepreneur has a unique story to tell. The secret to never running out of things to say is to find the power in your own experiences. You don't have to travel the world or do something dramatic to create compelling content. In fact, some of the best stories come from ordinary moments. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." Jobs' story wasn't just about his business, it was about his journey, his failures, and his vision. Storytelling taps into emotions and keeps audiences engaged, which is why it works so well in entrepreneurship. A study by the Nielsen Group found that 92% of people trust recommendations from friends and family over all forms of advertising. Sharing personal stories makes you more relatable. It shows vulnerability, and vulnerability creates trust. Your audience will always connect with your story, whether it's about a failure or a success. Even when you think your story isn't special, it can still resonate with someone who's going through something similar. Share your wins and losses, because it's the imperfections that make your story human. Chapter 3. The Idea Machine. Using your mind as a constant source of inspiration. Entrepreneurs often feel like their creativity is limited, but the truth is, your brain is a constant source of ideas. Your challenge is not to wait for inspiration to hit but to actively seek it out. One great way to do this is by implementing daily idea-generating routines. Take a page from James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, who believes that small, consistent actions lead to big results. By writing down 3 new ideas every day, you'll build a habit that encourages creativity. Even if some ideas feel bad at first, they could be the seed of something bigger. According to a study by Adobe, 70% of people believe creativity is critical to economic growth. Entrepreneurs who nurture their creativity are more likely to stay ahead of the competition. One exercise that can help is mind mapping. Simply write your core idea in the center of a page and draw branches with related topics and concepts. This exercise will open up new areas of interest that can lead to fresh content. By making creativity a regular part of your day, you never run out of things to say because you're constantly generating new ideas. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to keep your entrepreneurial journey exciting and your content flowing. Chapter 4. Content Repurposing. Your old content, reborn. Here's a strategy that many entrepreneurs overlook. Content repurposing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you sit down to create something new. Instead, repurpose old content in fresh ways. For example, take a blog post you wrote a year ago and turn it into a video script or social media post. The beauty of repurposing is that it saves time and effort while keeping your content pipeline full. According to Content Marketing Institute, 60% of marketers say that content repurposing helps them get more value from their existing content. The key is to find new ways to present the same message. For instance, you could turn a podcast into an infographic or use a popular YouTube video to create a series of mini clips. Repurposing helps you build a library of content that's easy to refresh and adapt. Remember, just because your audience has seen something before doesn't mean they've heard it in every form. Repurposing also allows you to reach different segments of your audience who prefer different formats. Chapter 5. The Business Buffet. Mixing inspiration from other industries. One reason entrepreneurs feel like they run out of things to say is that they limit their ideas to their own industry. But the best entrepreneurs are the ones who borrow ideas from other fields. Steve Jobs famously took inspiration from calligraphy when creating Apple's iconic fonts. Diving into different industries can provide fresh perspectives that apply to your own business. If you're an entrepreneur in tech, try looking at the arts or even hospitality for inspiration. You'll be surprised by how much cross-pollination can lead to innovation. A report by McKinsey shows that organizations who encourage cross-industry collaboration have 45% higher profit margins. When you think outside the box, your content becomes more exciting, and your audience will appreciate the new perspectives you bring. By learning from others, you'll keep your content varied and stimulating. You'll never feel like you're repeating yourself because you're always bringing something new into the conversation. Chapter 6. The Ever-Evolving Entrepreneur. Turning your growth into new content. Entrepreneurs are always evolving. The beauty of this is that as you grow, so does your content. Your audience wants to see your progress. They want to know how you're overcoming obstacles and achieving new goals. That's why documenting your journey is one of the best ways to always have something to say. A study by Gallup found that 70% of employees say they feel more engaged when they can see progress in their workplace. The same principle applies to your audience. They're invested in your growth as an entrepreneur, and they want to hear about the process. Whether it's a new product launch or a major setback, sharing the behind-the-scenes journey keeps things fresh and real. By focusing on how you're growing, you turn every setback into an opportunity for content. Even if you're not launching something new, you can talk about what you've learned, what you're working on, and what's coming next. This continuous evolution ensures that your content is always relevant and valuable. Documenting your journey also gives your audience a reason to keep coming back. They'll feel a sense of connection with your growth, and this will keep them engaged over the long term. Thanks for sticking with me through these tips. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay updated on new content. See you in the next video. By using these 6 strategies, you'll never run out of things to say again. Each approach helps you stay creative, fresh, and relevant, no matter where you are on your entrepreneurial journey. Keep experimenting, stay curious, and always look for new ways to share your unique voice.